Okay, so we recently had some tabloid speculation that Daniel Craig was going to be coming back as James Bond, and that's exactly what it was. It was speculation. I did a video and I basically said that although I do believe it's quite clear that Daniel Craig is wanted back and he will probably come back if he gets paid enough, what we were reading at the time still wasn't confirmation. This that you see here is confirmation. The confirmation that I was saying we really needed to wait for before we could start jerking off to the prospect of Daniel Craig coming back. Well, he is coming back, and in fact, let's see the actual video of him. You've probably already seen it, but let's watch the video of him confirming this.
Daniel Craig, we could use some good news here. Daniel Craig, will you return as James Bond?
Yes.
Thanks so much. Daniel Craig, everybody.
Should I leave now?
So pretty good. This got reported on live TV on The Tonight Show with, is it Stephen Colbert, I think he's called. Not a show that I watch, but sounds really good that it was done live like that, because it made it into like a big event that would be quite memorable in years to come, especially as a Bond fan. These are always moments that we always look back on with a lot of fondness. So fingers crossed anyway, it does actually, it's stuck to, because I mean it's 2 years, over 2 years till this film comes out, to be honest. I mean, we've seen castings before that have just gone completely south with, you know, producers and directors and actors kind of not seeing eye to eye or whatever, but I'm fairly ambitious because Daniel Craig is very professional and I'm sure he'll stick to this. What I thought was pretty good about the interview as well, which you can watch separately on YouTube in full, it refers to the comments that Daniel Craig had made when he was filming Spectre, and he just finished filming, and he said that in the past, that it was, you know, he was coming off having gone through a pretty grueling shoot for like the best part of a year. Somebody went up to him and said, you know, would you like to play Bond again? And he said something famously along the lines of, you know, I'd rather slash my wrists basically than come back as Bond. But I think people took that a little bit too seriously. It was to be taken with a pinch of salt. It's kind of like going up to a woman who's just given birth and saying, you know, do you want to have another child? They'll probably tell you to fuck off. Give it another few weeks or months down the line and they'll give you a different answer. And that was something that they specifically said. They even used that analogy in the interview as well. So it was really great that they cleared that up and did so quite well, famously anyway, on live TV. So what does this mean anyway for the actual franchise? Like I say, and like I've said in other videos, this film is well over 2 years away, so we can't really nail anything down. I mean, unless they do report it officially like we have here, it's not something that we can start getting too excited about. So there's all kinds of rumours at the moment. Somebody asked me to address the Christopher Nolan rumour that he might be directing the film. There's no real indication that he will be. I know Christopher Nolan has spoken about it. I personally think it'd be excellent, an absolute brilliant, genius amalgamation of talent having Christopher Nolan direct this, but there's so many other great ones out there as well. Another rumour is that Martin Campbell might be returning. He directed GoldenEye back in '95. He also directed Casino Royale in 2006. Two really great debut films for Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig, so we'll see if and that comes to pass as well. Again, I'd be really happy for that. Now, one thing that's really interesting here, as a Bond fan anyway, is a, well, bigger picture kind of Bond fan where you kind of look at the little intricacies of the film franchise. If Daniel Craig does this film, and like I said, there's no reason to think that he won't now, Daniel Craig will hold the record for the longest standing James Bond actor. Now I know this is up for debate because some people say, well, Sean Connery came back for Never Say Never Again. We don't count that one, it wasn't part of the Bond franchise. So let's just stick to the Eon Productions James Bond franchise here. Roger Moore's outing lasted 12 years, from 1973 with Live and Let Die through to 1985 with View to a Kill. And that was a 12-year span. Daniel Craig's will have gone from 2006 to 2019. That's 13 years. So that's actually a year longer than Roger Moore. Now, he did say this is going to be his last film as well. That's something else that I thought I'd mention there. So that would be a total of 5 films. So he would be beating Roger Moore's record in terms of longevity. But Roger Moore did more films. Granted, this was in the 70s and 80s, and the economic climate was slightly different then. They could kind of churn these films out every 2 years, but I think in recent times we had, I know MGM was struggling, studios like Sony as well, which obviously impacted on this. At the moment as well, from what I understand, it's still up in the air. There's a big shake-up with regards to the actual studio that's going to be releasing the James Bond film. I don't quite know the intricacies of it, so I'm going to not really get into that too much, but I know it's a bit of an issue at the moment as well. But it is what it is. The film's getting released in late 2019, so that's great. Now, again, there's plenty of other things that we can sort of bank on here. I mean, the fact that they've brought Daniel Craig back, I think it kind of signifies it, kind of a reluctance to take any big dares, any big chances with this franchise, which I think is a good idea, to be honest, because Spectre wasn't brilliantly received. I personally liked it, but there you go. So I think they're a bit reluctant to kind of do anything that's too daring, really. So I imagine that with Daniel Craig coming back, they're going to be bringing back the other cast members as well, like Naomi Harris as Moneypenny, Ralph Fiennes as M, Roy Kinnear as Bill Tanner, and so on. Blofeld may possibly come back, I don't know, we will see. There's plenty of rumours about that, but again, they are just rumours. Many of them have been shot down. See some of my previous videos. So I think there's some things you can pretty much take to the bank in terms of what we can expect to see, but it's going to be more of the same, and I personally feel very comfortable with that. So we will see how they go. Now, the producers, it's the Broccoli's obviously, and the writers, it's Purvis and Wade that are writing this. So again, it's all the same people that are coming back. But like I say, with Daniel Craig coming back, it's easy for the other cast members to return as well. So because they've got that kind of chemistry going between them, they don't want to mix that up and start recasting everybody else or getting rid of certain characters. So I feel like I'm kind of rambling now anyway. That's all I really wanted to say. I am going to be following this as it develops, but like I say, I'm going to try and stay away from any of the rumours, because this is, and I've said this in a previous video, but this is always something that happens when there's a Bond film coming out, and this is quite ahead of time to have an announcement, a casting announcement, because like I say, it's well over 2 years away. So when you start hearing things like they're bringing Adele back to do the theme, this and that, unless it's been officially announced, just really don't bank on anything, to be honest. So in that sense, unless it's logically makes sense, because that's all we really have to go off here. Because I mean, I was saying this to somebody today, it's that far away, it's over 2 years. This is pretty much like a film that's coming out now. Imagine if that was announced back in sort of spring 2015. That's ages ago. That's got a long time to wait here. So don't get attached to things, let's just put it that way. Right, I am seriously rambling now, so I'm going to cut this video short. I hope you've enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on this? Is there any other aspects to this? Is there anything else you want me to cover with regards to the James Bond franchise or the upcoming movie? Anything that you think, any theories? Let us know in the comments, and I'll just leave it there and say thank you very much for watching.